It's the Weather Xtreme video. This is the afternoon edition for Monday, the 12th of November. I'm James Spann. Hey, it's getting cold out, and tonight should be the coldest night so far this season. Let's check some of the Skycam shots out. First off, we'll go down south. That's one of our Mobile Skycams overlooking I-65. It's cloudy, still raining there. But look at that. You work your way north. That's the Hamilton Skycam, and within the last few moments, they have broken out into sunshine. And look at the blue sky in Russellville. That's up in Franklin County where the sky is clear. And you can really see the clearing line nicely on the visible satellite view. Muscle Shoals, bright sunshine now, and that clearing line will slowly work its way south and east tonight. And by tomorrow morning, everybody should be clear, and that's one of the reasons we think that we're going to see a freeze late tonight. There's the upper trough helping to propel all of this inclement weather on through here, the rain and the storms, and now the cold air, and that will be advancing on to the east. We'll check mid-afternoon temperatures, and you can see that we've got 40s in northwest Alabama. You know, those folks were in the 60s to start the day, and as expected, temperatures have gone the wrong way today. Birmingham sitting at 55, and the numbers will just keep on dropping tonight. And again, there's a look at the early morning temperature analysis. Those were lows this morning. Captured at, about 5 o'clock, and that shows, looks like one spot there was at 15 below zero, sitting up on the Canadian border. So it's a very cold air mass coming in here, so a freeze is likely tomorrow morning. We could see one on Wednesday morning as well. There's the radar at 2 o'clock, and at that point, the rain was south and east of a line from Anniston to Clanton and Selma. And that rain will kick out of here pretty quickly this evening, and with clearing moving in, we're going to be dry for a while. Watch warning map, not much happening around the nation despite the cold air. Just a few winter weather advisories up in the northwest. And that's the rain for the next 5 days. Keep in mind that counts the rain we had today, so really after today we'll be dry for a while. We'll check modeling. This is the GFS. This is the 12Z run, valid at noon local time tomorrow at 500 millibars, about 18,000 feet up. And the flow is going more zonal, and accordingly the day should be dry. And again, we're going to start the day well down in the 30s and maybe some 20s. There's a look at the forecast temperatures for 6 a.m. tomorrow. And you can see mostly low 30s over the northern half of the state, even upper 30s all the way down into deep South Alabama. And I think clearly it's going to be a case where we are going to see freezing temperatures. We've got 30 showing up on the GFS. That sounds about right. But the high should be in the mid to upper 50s. Wednesday, same thing. We start the day well down in the 30s. We'll probably see a freeze in many spots, and then the high should be in the upper 50s on Wednesday. Thursday, we'll creep up into the low 60s, pretty much the same deal on Friday, and the air is very dry all along, so no chance of rain. Now, Saturday, as we start the weekend, there's an upper trough developing on the Atlantic coast, and that is east of here, so no rain for us. The Saturday should be a dry day and a comfortable day. The high in the low 60s. The GFS is showing 62, but in response to the upper trough, a new low is developing off the South Atlantic coast, and then Sunday, that thing begins to work its way north as another nor'easter. Very heavy onshore flow Sunday for places like Delaware, Maryland, Chesapeake Bay, up into New Jersey, like they really need that, but that's just what happens this time of the year. But Sunday here should be nice. Probably start the day in the 30s. The high should be in the low 60s with a good deal of sunshine. And a week from today, Monday of next week, same thing. Sunny with the low 60s. Start the day in the 30s. All right, Thanksgiving fans, let's take a look. We'll check the weather for the Thanksgiving holidays, and this is voodoo out here. You know, this is obviously is subject to change. We all know that, but the trends have been pretty consistent. This is valid Wednesday, the 21st. This is the big travel day, and we've got a northwest flow aloft here, and if that's right, that would be a dry day and a cool day, probably highs in the 60s, lows around 40. And for travelers, look around the nation. Much of the country is okay. This is showing rain and storms over parts of Texas. Kind of nasty looking on the upper Atlantic coast. Boston could be wet and windy if that's right. And rain and snow back in the Pacific Northwest. But that's your biggest travel day of the year. And then Thanksgiving Day, this is the 22nd, next Thursday, a week from this Thursday. This is suggesting clouds moving in here, maybe some showers for West Alabama, the better chance of rain west of here. And a pretty nasty-looking rain-snow episode on Thanksgiving Day for the Northwest United States. And Black Friday, the 23rd. Kind of showery here. Temperatures about where they should be. That would suggest highs in the 60s based on the thickness values. Any snow on that day should be confined up to North Dakota and Montana. And that's pretty consistent with the other runs we've seen. Go out there a couple of more days. This is the 25th of November. This is at the end of that long Thanksgiving weekend, the Sunday. Got a pretty good trough establishing north and west of here, pushing a cold front in here. And if that's right, that could be kind of a stormy day with rain and storms. And look at the cold air coming in behind it. That's a 1,041 millibar high up on the Canadian border. And then on the 26th, the trough is moving on to the east, and we are getting in really cold air. This is Monday when everybody goes back to work, and if that's right, that would be really cold. I mean, those thickness values, that would suggest we might have a hard time getting above freezing up in the Tennessee Valley. I mean, it's that cold. Around here, highs would be in the 40s, so hang on to your hat for some really cold air if indeed this verifies. And then on the 28th, the end of the forecast, it is dry, and temperatures at that point are moderating. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video this afternoon. We'll have notes on the blog. Next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And don't forget to watch us on ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 on the live stream or the television side. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless.
Does your weatherman have a face for radio? ABC 3340's James Spann may be hair-challenged, but he sure is entertaining, especially when he teams up with everyone's favorite radio duo, Rick and Bubba. From the radio airwaves to the small screen, it's the Rick and Bubba TV show 5 days a week. Watch Rick and Bubba along with ABC 3340 Chief Meteorologist James Spann, Monday through Friday from 6 to 10 a.m. on the Nashville Network, provided by ABC 3340.